Hello, everyone. My name is Dmitry. I'm a student life and transitions coordinator here at KPU International and your host for today. And I'm glad to welcome you all in our Spring 2026 International Online Orientation. This is a live session of online portion of orientation. However, for those students who couldn't join us today for any reason, I have a good news. This session is going to be pre-recorded and everyone will be able to rewatch it later by basically using the same link that we sent out to your emails earlier this week. And on this good note, I'm going to move forward to the land acknowledgement part. And for those who might not be familiar, what is this? This is university's common practice to show respect and say thank you to the indigenous peoples of the lands where KPU campuses proudly stand. And here what we want to say today. We at Kwantlen Polytechnic University respectfully acknowledge that we live, work, and study in a region that overlaps with the unceded, traditional, and ancestral First Nations territories of the Musqueam, Katsi, Simiamu, Sawasan, Kekite, and Kwikwatlin peoples, and with the lands of the Kwantlen First Nation, which gifted its name to this university. In the cause of reconciliation, we recognize our commitment to address and reduce ongoing systemic colonialism, oppression, and racism that indigenous people continue to experience. Thank you for your attention. And we're gonna move forward here and continue with the quick agenda. For today's agenda, as you can see on your screens, we've packed an hour-long session. We will run a quick icebreaker activity followed by the quick welcome address from our very special guest today. And after that, we'll go with the main part of the presentation where several guest presenters will be joining us and delivering and information that basically representing their services. And hopefully that will help you to answer some of your questions. But before we run our icebreaker activity, I would also want to mention very quickly about housekeeping rules. Basically, it's very simple. We only have two rules for today. Stay focused and ask questions through the Q&A chat if you will have any. First rule is very important as our presenters have done hard work to prep the information they brought up today. And most of that information will probably again, cover the topics that you need to know about, and we'll be able to answer some of the questions you might still have. So I highly recommend you to focus and listen carefully. And for the second rule, it's very easy. All students will have access to the live Q&A chat, but only after the first half. It will be open at 9:30. If you're using, regardless, which you're using a application on your device or it's a web version, you should be able to see on the top right screen a Q&A portion on which you can click. Now, again, it's not available, but after 9:30, it will be available for you to send us any questions. All those questions are private, so and we have a specific staff members who will be able to answer those questions for you in the background. But if some of those questions are very general and interesting, we might be able to publish them for other students to get the answers for those as well. And lastly, if those questions are very case specific or requires more thorough look through, we unfortunately will not be able to answer those. So please do not send us those type of questions. And if you still do, we'll probably just refer you to some other services or people we have at KP who will be able to assist you outside of this live presentation. And on this note, like I promised, we're going to do a quick icebreaker activity. For the icebreaking activity, there are multiple methods you can join this. We are going to use a Mentimeter. So what you can do, you can go to the mentimeter.com website, or you can just scan this QR code that you can see on your screens. Additionally, we will be also posting, if you open that Q&A chat that I mentioned before, we're going to be posting the link that will send you directly to the ice-breaking activity. The link you see also on your screens. But if you prefer first method, just going directly to the website, on the top of the screen, you should be able to see the code that you need to get access to our icebreaker. And the code you can see right now on the screens. It's 55931298. Again, there's so many methods you can join this. We're going to give you 30 seconds, maybe 1 minute to join this. In the meantime, just give me a moment to switch between my slides because I need to open the questions for you, okay? I think we already see. Ooh, why it's going this way? Oh, responses are hidden. I don't want to hide responses. Show responses. Here we go. All right. So the first question on the list today is, where are you joining us from? It could be a country, it could be a city, it could be both. If you're already in Vancouver, you can say Vancouver, but what we really want to know today, if you're an international student coming from another country, where you guys came from. And I'm gonna give you some time. So just to make sure it doesn't take too long, how about 30 seconds, because it's a very easy question. And we already see some answers popped on the screen. Usually Mentimeter kind of prioritize the number of questions. If whatever question we have the most, or I mean answer, sorry, whatever answer we have the most popular usually is scaled up. So that means a lot of people already answered Canada. But we also see that India, Philippines, Vietnam, Germany, Panama. Okay, interesting. I like this. I think 30 seconds has expired already. I'll give you another 5 seconds, just the very last chance to give us your answers. And then we're gonna move forward to the next question. And that's it. Let's go to the next question. Responding is off. I'm gonna turn on responses. And for this question, I'm gonna give you 1 minute. So the question is, what do you hope to take away from today's live session? Why are you joining this live orientation? What bothers you at this point? I know a lot of you might be already in Canada or just about to pack your stuff and take an airplane to travel to Canada. So what bothers you? What questions you have? What you're not sure about? Anything you want to learn about, basically. Doesn't necessarily have to be about this life, but we're sure that you're joining us today to learn. So hopefully we'll be able to answer your questions. So more information about KPU, how to prepare for university life, understand the most relevant tips to succeed at KPU, what is the culture of the university, get familiar with the faculty, and know more about KPU. All right, great answer, great responses. Okay, the time is up. I give you, like with the previous question, I'll give you another 5-10 seconds. Last to do information. Ooh, and you see, there's more questions are coming to know more about KPU information that help me get started in my studies. All right, so I see a lot of people might still not be sure what they need. So this session will definitely be helpful for you because we'll have we'll do our best to cover as many possible information for you. I would like to know more about co-op program. Do I get any support from school? This is something that I would call a little bit more specific question. You can send it in the Q&A and our staff will try to answer that. Otherwise, we're going to forward it to the specific people who will be able to answer that for you, okay? But we're going to end here because we have to move forward with this live. So I'm going to be stop sharing this meter slide and getting back to the presentation. Just give me one more second. All right. This should work now. All right. So it's time now for our first presenter. We have a AVP of KPU International Department, Carol, who brought up a welcome address for all new international students starting in spring. Carol, the floor is all yours.
Thank you, Dima. Thank you. And hi, everyone. Good morning to all of you who are in Canada already, who are in Vancouver. I see some of you are from Germany, the Philippines, India, Vietnam. I know it's very, very late for those of you in Philippines and Vietnam. Thank you for joining us at 1 o'clock in the morning. Panama, you should be having lunch now, but you chose to join us. Thank you. So great to see many of you online. I'm thrilled I was invited here to extend a warm welcome to you. And I want to thank you for not only joining this orientation session, but also for choosing KPU as your study destination. We know that you can choose pretty much any place in the world that you want to study, that you can study. And we're really thrilled that you chose KPU. It means a lot to us. And we want to make sure that you have a very, very positive experience. And it starts with today to get you prepared for your studies at KPU. And we look forward to meeting you in person very soon. This is the online orientation. There'll be another in-person orientation when you arrive. So we really look forward to greeting you in person when you do arrive on campus. We have a fabulous team here at KPU to serve you as an international student. So you don't only have access to all the supports that are available to domestic students, but you have additional supports. So as a domestic student, there is a whole number of services and supports for you that Dima and team will share. Advising, counseling, career counseling. I noticed some people were asking about co-op programs. All of those supports you'll have, but you'll have additional supports. And one of those is you'll have a team, and they're joining us today. You'll be able to talk to them. You have a team of academic and immigration advisors that will help you select the courses that you should be in for your program, but also everything that you need to adhere to your study permit requirements. You'll also have access to peer student mentors. And I understand we have some here today that you'll also meet. Now, these mentors, this is a special support just for you. You get to meet them prior to even coming to Canada, and they can answer any question that you have about KPU. You'll have your own special mentor that you can reach out to. And these are experienced students, third and fourth year students that have been here with KPU. Many are international students, were in your place at one time, and are happy to help you make sure that your studies here at KPU are successful. You also have tutors available to you during your programs. And for some of you who might want some additional help with English language, writing especially, because a conversational English is different than writing academic English, there are supports for you. Now, all of this is free. It's already part of everything that you've paid for to date. So please take advantage of that. Reach out to them. You can reach out to them throughout your educational journey, either by phone, by email. We also have an international office both in Richmond and in Surrey. So please do drop by to see us. Now, I know you've got a number of things on your agenda, so I won't keep you much longer. But I do want to thank you again for taking the biggest step in being successful as a student, and that's attending orientation. I know a lot of you have a whole bunch of questions. You're anxious, you're eager, you're excited, you're nervous. Hopefully today we'll answer some of those questions, but it doesn't end today. This is just the beginning. So thank you for taking this big step. I'm going to leave you with 3 pieces of advice. And if there's anything you remember from all of this today, please remember these 3 things. Number 1, check your KPU email regularly, not your personal, your KPU email, because everything that you need to keep up to date with is you will receive in your KPU email. So please, please, please check your KPU email regularly. The second thing is attend classes. This is a polytechnic university, which means everything we do is hands-on. So if you stay at home and you choose to go to work or to, I don't know, watch your favorite show and not come to class, you're going to miss out. If you want to be successful at KPU, you need to attend class. You're going to meet your peers. You're going to do some hands-on learning, and it'll prepare you. You will be successful if you attend classes. And take advantage of all the supports I mentioned. Studying and living in a new country is going to be difficult. It's going to be exciting, but it's going to be difficult. And there's going to be a lot of things that you're going to need to adapt to. But we are here to help you along the way. So reach out to your academic advisors, reach out to your peer mentors, reach out to the learning centers. There's writing labs there to help you along. And there's counseling, academic counseling, mental health, whatever you may need. So please reach out. I'm very excited to meet you in person soon. And at this point, I'm going to turn it over to Dima and team to share some additional information. Again, thank you. Welcome to KPU, and I look forward to meeting you in person. Over to
Thank
you,
you.
Dima.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, Carol, for such a warm welcoming. And I cannot add anything else. But yeah, guys, make sure to take advantage of all the services. We're here. All the services that Carol has mentioned are here for you to support at your entire journey at KPU. So yeah, make sure to reach out to us. Well, we're gonna move forward to the next portion, which is an update from Office of Recruitment and Admission, and we have a presenter, Lucas.
Thanks, Dima. Okay. Hi, everyone. Good morning. I'm really excited to be here with all of you today. My name is Lucas Chernicki, and I'm one of the recruiters, part of the KPU International Department. We're part of a really big team that deals with the recruitment and also the admission support for all international students that apply to KPU. So I'm sure that myself or one of my team members has spoken with you throughout your whole application process, and we've been there to support you through every step of the way. So we're really excited to be able to see you in person here. But I've got a couple of really important updates to share with everybody regarding the study permit submission deadline and also the official document submission later on. But to begin with, so all international students do have to have a study permit to study at KPU. And so this has to be submitted to our office before January 5th of 2026. So it's really important that you send us a copy of that, and always check your application checklist, because if you've already submitted it and you're curious to know if our team has received it, all of the updates will be in that application checklist. So if in the rare case that you don't receive your study permit by January 5th, you'll need to make sure that you're not registered in any spring 2026 courses. The reason for this is because those will not be dropped automatically. So if after the first day of classes that you're still enrolled in your classes that you've registered for, then a tuition fee or a tuition penalty will be applied to your account. And so it's really important that you make sure, if you don't have a study permit by January 5th, reach out to us at international@kpu.ca and say, I haven't heard from IRCC about my study permit. Please let me know what my steps are. And our team will definitely be able to support you through that whole process. And then the final one on this slide, of course, is all international students need to have KPU written on their study permit. So if you're currently studying in Canada at a different institution, whether it's a high school, a secondary, or a different institution, a post-secondary, your current study permit may not have KPU on it. So please check that really quick or after this session. And make sure that KPU is on your study permit if you already have one. It's a really important thing to have that to comply with all of the IRCC updates that have happened. If you don't have KPU on your study permit, please contact international@kpu.ca, and our team will be able to let you know about your options going forward. Next slide, please. Thank you. The next important update, of course, is submitting your outstanding official transcripts. So if you go into your KPU application checklist and you don't see a receive date next to your official transcript submission, it's really important that you submit those to us because that's how to finalize your application to KPU. You might have already received a letter of acceptance from our team and a PAL, the provincial attestation letter, but it's really important that you submit those official transcripts to finalize everything. So please check. And if you haven't, please reach out to international@kpu.ca. And we can definitely provide you information about how to submit those transcripts if you already haven't. Thank you. And I'll pass it back to Dima.
Thank you so much, Lucas. Yes, really, really important information. So guys, make sure you do what Lucas has asked you and do not ignore those deadlines because it's really important. Well, we're gonna move forward. Besides the admissions part, you guys been asking us what else you wanted to know more about KPU, and mostly and generally students, when they think about knowing more, they think about like academic part. But we're gonna start with international student life and transitions information. So everything outside and non-academic, but including your transition portion as well and orientation. We have prep for you today, and we have a presenter, Alejandra, to speak about that.
Thank you, Dima. Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to be here and congratulations on joining KPU for the spring 2026. My name is Alejandra, and I also work in the International Student Life Department as Dima as a coordinator. And I want to share important information about events that are happening the first 2 weeks of January. The first one is the in-person orientation, which requires you to register. And it's happening in different campuses. You can choose the campus that is more convenient for you. I will suggest going to the one that you are going to have your courses because it includes a tour of the campus. If you are having in 2 different locations course, and you can attend 2 different. But I want to highlight something very important about the Surrey main campus orientation because we are having an additional session, which is a new session, where we are going to be talking about specific things about international. We are going to have our advisors there. We are going to be talking about our international peer mentorship program. We are going to teach you how to use Teams, how to install Outlook if you don't know how to use it, because those tools are going to be very useful for you. And this is how mentors are going to be able to contact you. And obviously, if you join, you will be having a chance to win a 100 bookstore gift card. So it's a good opportunity to learn and also start gaining some money so that you can buy KPU merchandise. And then the following week, January 7th to January 20th, we are also going to be having a resource fair, which is going to be different tables of different departments showcasing their resources for students. All of these resources are free for you or included on your tuition. So it is a very important that you get to know these resources so you can get out as much as possible from your tuition, right? Next slide, please. Dima?
Yeah, I moved it to the next slide.
Oh, sorry. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so some of you, I saw that some of you are already in Canada, but if you are not in Canada yet, this is a very important information for you. There's a pre-arrival webinar that you can watch so that you can be prepared of what to bring before coming to Canada, because the documents that you see here are super important to have in the, I recommend to have it in that suitcase that you are bringing to the, with you as your carry-on. And these are the flight tickets, passport, port of entry letter, proof of financial, the visa if it applies to you, and then also the confirmation letter that you receive from KPU. Okay, and then also it is very important for you to, when you get to Canada, when you arrive, as Carol already mentioned, start looking at your email address, like KPU email address, student email, and also update this and your new address in Canada on a platform that is called MyKPU, which is a platform for the students where you will find everything that you need in KPU. Also, as part of setting up your account, it's the multi-factor authentication, which adds an extra security layer for everything that you are using here. And this is something that is mandatory, so you will be receiving information about this, and then it is important for you to download this on your phones. So now let's talk about one of the most important topics, which is health insurance. And then to get more familiar with the different types of health insurance that we have a 3-minute video that we would like you to watch and take notes, please.
Hi there, Dmitry is here from the Global Engagement Office. Today, I'm going to give you a quick crash course on the health insurance topic. As a new student in Canada, it's very important to have a proper, valid medical coverage throughout the entire times. And the reason is simple for that. If something happens and you need to stay in a hospital or undergo some exams or even visit a doctor, it might cost you a lot. But don't worry, we don't want this to happen to you. So that's why we automatically enroll you with GARMI Temporary Health Insurance, which starts on the first day of your program start date. Either it's September 1st, January 1st, or May 1st. If you arrive before that, you might need to consider purchasing an early arrival coverage from GARMI or any other third-party provider, just even for 1 day, to make sure you stay covered. One very important note, as GARMI fee is a part of your term-based tuition fees, you will only be enrolled when you take classes. If you're not taking classes or if you're on a scheduled break, you must have MSP by that time, or again, you might need to consider purchasing an additional coverage. A lot of students ask us, where do they find the information on the policy? And the answer is simple. GARMI provider will send you a welcome email within the first 10 days of your program start date. In that email, you will find the details on how to access your account, where you can find the details on your policy, as well as download the Healthcare Access card. We highly recommend you to keep your Healthcare Access card with you at all times. The next plan that we want to talk today about is MSP, or Medical Services Plan. MSP is a mandatory provincial medical services plan that all residents of BC, including the international students, should be enrolled in. You must apply for MSP immediately upon your arrival in Canada. You also might have a question, why do you need MSP when you have GARMI already? And that's a good question. You see, the answer is very simple. MSP is mandatory for everyone, and it takes 3 months of processing time after you applied. And that's why basically here at KPU, why we enroll you with GARMI at the first place, just to make sure that you stay covered. After you receive your MSP, you don't have to continue paying for your GARMI, as MSP covers all your basic needs. But if you want us to stop charging you for your GARMI, you have to submit an opt-out request confirming on your MSP status. Quick note, MSP costs $75 per month for all international students. The last plan that we want to talk about is KSA Extended Health and Dental Plan. You see, your GARMI and MSP do not cover on everything, and if you want to schedule a dental appointment or an eye exam, you will need to activate and use your KSA Extended Health Plan. This plan is also mandatory for all students, and it's automatically included in your tuition fees, and you charge for that once per year. If you have any additional questions about your KSA Extended Health Plan, please make sure to reach out to the KSA Health Plan office at the email you see on your screens. That's it for today, guys. But if you still have some questions, as it might still be confusing for you, please make sure to reach out to us at intelstudentlife@kpu.ca. Also, make sure to check out an FAQ session down below this video to get even more answers to your questions. We hope this video was helpful, and we hope that you stay healthy. Thank you for watching.
Thank you all for watching the insurance video with us. In the video, we talk about physical coverage, yet your mental health is also very important. So we understand that when you are in a new country, learning from a new language, probably, or in a new language, or joining a new way of learning, feelings like emotions can arise and can be a roller coaster. So remember that you are not alone. And to support students, we have a program, Dartmouth has a program that is created to provide all KPU students with 24/7 online professional counseling. So to learn a little bit more about this, let's watch this second video about information on mental health support. Thank you, Dima. And then, as you saw, our aim is to have you cover mentally, physically, and for that, I want to share with you another resource that we have for you, which is called KPU Safe, which is an app that you can download. And the aim of this app is to keep you safe. So you can use it to contact security, to contact emergency services when you are on campus. And you can even contact them if you want. For example, you are getting out of classes late and you want someone to escort you to your car or to the bus stop. You can call them and someone can help you walk through there. Also, if you are on campus and you have car trouble, like for example, you have a flat tire, you can also contact KPU Safe to help you. And speaking of apps and platforms, I want to share this platform that it's called, the next slide, please, that is called Unibody. This app will help you to start creating your community, and it will help you to create your support system. You will be receiving, if you haven't, a link to join this community, and the community will have different topics of your interest. You can join to the ones that you feel that it's more appealing to you, and you can also propose other topics if you would like. So I exhort you to join this Unibody community. Next slide, please. And then we have covered in very serious topics, as I mentioned, the physical, mental health, insurance. So now let's talk about the fun stuff. So International Student Life, we also provide and host events with the aim of helping new students to get to know other new students, and also not only international, but also domestic students. So in the following slide, you will see a calendar of tentative events that we are planning to host throughout the spring semester. This might change, so if possible, follow our Instagram, KPU International on Instagram, so you can have the updated dates and the events that we're having. And as you can see, we are having events on campus and also off campus. The first one that we are going to be having is the IPM Welcome Social. This is where you can have the opportunity to meet other students, but also your mentors that have been assigned to you for the spring semester. So please join the event and then also keep posted for following events. And we also host workshops and webinars to give you all the tools, all the tips regarding your social insurance number, which is a very important thing that you will need to take out if you want to start working when you are in Canada. Also, there's workshops about accommodation grants, tax webinars. And speaking of workshops, on the next slide, you will see information of the first workshop that is happening in January 6th at Zurich, 2 to 3 on the fair. This is an in-person workshop. And the good thing about this workshop is that on that day, you will be able to apply for your SIN number, and they will give you all the information, why it is important, why it is so important for you to keep it private, and for what different things you need the SIN number. And I know this is a lot of information, so if you still have questions or you want to double check something that it wasn't clear, this is our emails. You can email us to the Student Life if you have inquiries about events, insurance, or to the pre-arrival and international transitions if you have any questions about pre-arrivals. Thank you so much, and over to you, Dima.
Thank you, Alejandra. Tons of very useful information. One of which you have mentioned was International Peer Mentorship Program, one of the best and biggest benefits that new students can take advantage of. And who could be better but international peer mentor themselves to speak about the program, speak about how this experience happening for the students and all the benefits of the program. And today we have our peer mentor, Hiten, to introduce the program. Hiten, floor is yours.
Everyone, and welcome to KPU. My name is Hiten, and I'm one of the international peer mentors here at KPU. I'm currently in my second year of BTech in IT program. As an international student myself, I completely understand what it feels like to be in your place, excited, nervous, and confused about where everything is and all of that. Oh, don't worry, you are not alone. I really understand what it's like to start a new journey in a new country. When I think about why I chose KPU, honestly, it was because of its smaller class sizes, of the supportive environment, and also the co-op opportunities that it offers. And I wanted a university where I actually could connect with my professors and gain practical experience during my studies. And since I enjoy technology and problem solving, BTech IT just felt like a good fit for me. So I joined the IPM program back in September 2025, and it's been a really rewarding experience so far. The program helped me during my first semester, and now I am here supporting new international students just like I was supported. And honestly, it feels great to give back to the community that helped me when I first arrived. So moving on, what exactly is IPM? IPM is designed to help new international students like you transition smoothly into your life at KPU and in Canada. Your first semester can feel overwhelming. New campus, new education system, new country. And as mentors, we totally get that. And we are here to make that whole experience easier for you. We share campus resources, important information, and helpful tips throughout the semester. Once you are assigned a mentor, they'll check in with you regularly, answer your questions, and guide you whenever you feel unsure. Most of us have been through the same challenges, so we really understand that what you are experiencing, and we are here to help you through it. IPM is just not about guidance, it's also about building a community. And as mentors, we run some fun social activities where you can meet other students, make friends, get involved on campus. It's one of the easiest way to feel connected. We also share information about all the big student life events happening throughout the semester, and things like the Whistler Day Trip, Lunar New Year celebration, movie nights, many more activities that help you enjoy your time at KPU outside the classroom. And speaking of events, we have our big IPM event coming up, which is the Welcome Social. It's happening on 15th of January from 12 to 2 p.m. at the Surrey Conference Center. And everyone is invited there. There'll be games, crafts, complimentary snacks, music, and lots of mentor-mentee mingling. I'll be there as well, so feel free to come say hi. And one more thing that I'd like to add on is that you will start receiving emails from your mentor during the first week of the classes. If you don't get an email, or if you are unsure who your mentor is, don't worry, you just have to send us an email at ipm@kpu.ca. You can visit us at the IPM booth at the in-person orientation, and the team will help you to get connected with your mentor. Before I wrap up, I just want to share one quick piece of advice, which is don't hesitate to ask for help. You are new and you are not expected to figure everything out immediately and on your own. So that's why support systems like IPM exist. Reaching out early, whether it's your mentor or professor or advising or other student services, will make your first semester so much easier. And yeah, that's it for my part. Thank you so much for listening. And once again, welcome to KPU. Yeah, Dima.
Thank you so much, Hiten. That was very nice, very useful. And again, guys, make sure to take advantage of this program because mentors are always easy to talk to because there are students like you, they were in your shoes when they just started the journey here at KPU, and you can always easily connect with them through the methods that have been mentioned. We're going to move forward just for the time's sake, and the next portion of the presentation will be presented by the International Advising Services, and we do have Juris, our international advisor, to speak about it. Juris, yes, I think it's all good.
Okay, thank you so much, Dima. So good morning, everyone. Welcome to KPU. My name is Juris. I'm one of the international advisors at KPU International. So let me first introduce the international advising team. As you can see on the screen, these are our dedicated advisors who will provide the first line of support as you go through your education journey at KPU. We have a total of 9 advisors. 5 of them are based in the Surrey campus, and 4 advisors are based on the Richmond campus. And in addition to that, we have our international advising manager, our advising coordinator, our advising assistant, and student assistant that comprise our student support team. So our team consists of advisors who can speak and offer consultation in a variety of different languages, including Malay, Tagalog, Hindi, Punjabi, Farsi, Mandarin, Korean, Vietnamese, and Russian. So what can advisors assist you with? If you can get, the international advisors offer both academic and non-academic support services. So in terms of academic support, we help explore students' different programs, planning their courses. We also guide students in their progression and graduation check. We answer questions about academic standing and GPA calculation. So overall, we help you understand and navigate the KPU policies and procedures. As for the non-academic aspect, our advisors are trained to assist students with regard to immigration-related concerns related, for example, to your study permit, your working eligibility, as well as your post-graduation work permit. So if you have any questions related to that, you're very much welcome to ask our advisors. So how can you connect to international student advisors? So there are 2 main ways that you can meet with us. So first is by booking a 30-minute appointment. So a 30-minute appointment is recommended in cases where you need to discuss something in detail or may have several questions. So for instance, if you need help in course planning, in program exploration, or GPA calculation, you're encouraged to book a 30-minute appointment. So these topics would typically require more investigation or further discussion. So that's why a 30-minute appointment is best. The second way to connect with us is through a drop-in session. So for drop-in, you do not need to book an appointment. Instead, you should just sign up 15 minutes before the drop-in start time. So this is either in person or online, and then you need to wait in line for your name to be called. So during drop-ins, as we may have several students waiting in the queue, advisor may only be able to spend 10 to 15 minutes with the student. This is very useful if you have immediate concerns or if you have very, very quick questions. So you can find all the schedules for the drop-ins and how to join the session, as well as the steps to book the appointment through our webpage, as you can see, the kpu.ca/international/advising. So what are the resources available for our students? So our international advising team has a lot of resources available to support our students. So you may access these resources by visiting our main homepage, as you can see at the top in the screen. So it covers academic advising topics that aims to help you achieve your academic success, such as course planning, program declaration, what are the grading system or the academic standing and graduation application. We also have curated important immigration information to help guide you through the IRCC requirements and processes. So these resources come in the form of videos and handouts that are updated on a regular basis to keep abreast with the current IRCC information. So the idea is to support our international students from the time that they enter KPU as a freshman until the end of your study as a KPU graduate. So aside from these support services, we do have our general advising or non-academic advising topics that we support our students with. So we assist students in other aspects of your student life, such as if you need help regarding medical insurance, your social insurance number, or tax information. Aside from that, we also provide official KPU letters to support our students regarding any immigration-related application that you need to submit with IRCC. For example, we provide confirmation of enrollment letter, if you need the initial study permit letter, and if you need to extend your studies, we also issue study permit extension letter as well as restoration letter if you lose your status. And towards the end of your studies, we have the PGWP completion letter that we issue to the students. So we also hold workshop and seminars. So these are regularly facilitated by our RCIC and RISIA certified advisors to equip students with essential knowledge and skills that you need. We also provide a monthly newsletter to offer the most up-to-date information for our international students. In the last few slides, I will just quickly go over important immigration information that you need to be aware of. First, it's already discussed earlier, but before commencing your studies, you need to have an approved study permit with KPU named as your designated learning institution or your DLI. And as a study permit holder, part of the condition is that you maintain continuous enrollment at the DLI named in your study permit. And of course, you have to make satisfactory academic progress towards your program. In your study permit, it will have a lot of different conditions. So you must adhere to all of these conditions listed in your study permit, including the work rules. So you cannot work until you officially begin your studies in Canada, and you must work within the allowed hours. If you are transferring from another school, another DLI, you must apply for a new study permit before starting your program at KPU. And throughout your stay in Canada, you must ensure that you maintain your legal temporary status. So you need to keep track of the permit expiry. So if your program is longer than the duration of your initial study permit, you must apply to extend within Canada before it expires. And lastly, you need to provide the copy of your new study permit to KPU. And if you have any changes in your information, please ensure that your records with us are up to date. For PGWP eligible programs, all our 4-year bachelor degree programs offered at KPU are all PGWP eligible, regardless of the discipline or the area. These are all PGWP eligible. If you're doing a 1 or 2 year program at KPU, if you submitted your study permit on or after November 1st, 2024, there is a field of study requirement. So it must be within an eligible field of study. And you can find this information, the programs that are PGWP eligible, at the KPU International admissions page that you can see on the screen. So how do you maintain your PGWP eligibility? This is important because you need to maintain it throughout your studies in Canada. So first is that you should maintain full-time studies in all of your terms, specifically on your first term. And then ideally, you should be taking courses in person in Canada if it's available. And that you should only consider withdrawing from your courses if you still have enough credits enrolled in to be full-time, because withdrawn courses are not counted in your term. So if you are thinking of withdrawing, please speak first with an advisor before considering any withdrawal. And then you should also, again, not work more than the allowed hours. So this means working part-time for 24 hours per week during an academic term. But students are allowed to work unlimited hours during a schedule break. Lastly, so before I end my presentation, let me just share the other ways that you can contact our international student advisors. So aside from the appointments and drop-ins, which I mentioned earlier, you can also contact us through our phone and our email, internationalstudents@kpu.ca. So please feel free to reach out to international advising team during your time at KPU. And on behalf of the team, we wish you all the best as you start your journey at KPU. So let me bring back the floor to Dima.
Thank you so much, Therese. Tons of useful information, and I know students might feel overwhelmed, and it's totally normal to be, because there's a lot of things, rules that you need to know about. And as you will be taking time at KPU and learning, you will learn more. But one important thing that we constantly repeat is that do not hesitate to reach out. Like, make sure that you drop in for like short questions, or schedule a proper appointment with an advisor if you have any questions. And also, as I said, the session is pre-recorded. You always can rewatch it later. So if you want to like rewatch it at your own pace and stop it and learn from the slides yourself, please feel free to do so. And also, before we move forward to our very last and special guest from the Academic Integrity, I wanted to remind you that our Q&A chat has been available for the last 20 minutes. Sorry, I should have mentioned that at 9:30, but I did only mention at the beginning of the session. But you still have about 10 minutes to send us your questions if you have any at all. But yeah, on this note, we're gonna move forward with our last but not least portion of the presentation, academic integrity, which is a huge topic, and you need to get familiar with this as early as possible. And we have a guest from this department, Sheena.
Thank you,
Sheena,
Tim.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Yes, and I kind of agree
Right.
with all. It's really overwhelming. Stepping into your first term at KPU as an international student like me will be exciting, and that the speakers had alluded, it might be a bit overwhelming. So figuring out the compass card, applying for the SIN that has been discussed, juggling classes, looking for a part-time job, and even like family responsibilities, it may feel like a lot at once. A friend of mine actually went through that, because I'm also an international student and she was. She called me one night before like a big deadline, panicking. She was like, "Shane, can you please help me fix my written report so I can submit it?" I knew she didn't want to cheat, and probably she just feel really lost. But instead of like rewriting it for her or helping her out to get through it, we looked at KPU's writing tools and then citation guides, and we went through it together. And she finished her work by herself, and she felt relieved and also learned from it. And that moment reminded me that academic integrity isn't just about following rules or like getting a high grade. It's about helping each other succeed in the right way. Welcome aboard, everyone, in KPU's ship. I am Sheena De La Torre. I'm an international student in the postgraduate diploma in human resources management here at KPU. And I also work in the academic integrity unit as a student ambassador, primarily helping students and faculty access resources to uphold academic integrity. So did you encounter the term academic integrity before today? Well, if not, most of us might have heard of integrity, as it is a virtue that most cultures hold with high value. There may be differences on how we approach our academics, yet it is our values that provide us with a moral compass on how to think, what to do, and how to act. Academic integrity means being honest and responsible in your learning, doing your own work, and giving credit to others' ideas. At KPU, it's about committing to the highest standards of integrity in everything we do. And we combine the 4 indigenous principles with 6 core values from the International Center for Academic Integrity. And these values remind us that learning with integrity builds trust, respect, and real skills that will prepare us for success here at school and in our future careers. Listed here, as you can see, are the reasons why we should uphold academic integrity. These reasons will actually help us gain valuable skills for life and work in Canada if you choose to work here, and build good relationship with your instructors who can actually support you in the future. And it will also protect us from consequences like if we fail like an assignment or course, which can affect our studies, especially as international student. As we move on, as newcomers in Canada, we can experience pressure from different angles. It's completely natural, as well as other speakers had alluded. But these pressures could tempt us to take shortcuts by cheating or plagiarizing, and you don't have to face it alone. If you click on the right side, it's okay not to be okay, is what they said, and ask for help. I feel like some speakers have alluded to this. KPU offers free and confidential counseling services where you can talk about your stress, time management, or just adapting your life here in Canada. If we move on to another slide, technology is a big part of learning today, and they can be both helpful when you use it responsibly. KPU's academic integrity website features generative AI resources, including mini videos and Q&A sheet that explains when AI use is acceptable or when it is not. So for example, using AI for brainstorming or grammar check may be acceptable if your instructor allows it, but if using it to write your paper or exam answers is treated as misconduct. So when unsure, always ask. Ethical use of technology helps build digital integrity, and it can also be an important skill in your future workplace. We just have to use it responsibly. Now, moving on to the next, examples of academic integrity at KPU are like cheating and plagiarism. So cheating means like if you share an answer or having someone do your own work or using AI tools. Plagiarism also happens when like if you use someone's ideas without giving credit, or reusing an old assignment can also be treated as a plagiarism. And these situations often start from like stress, not really bad intentions, but they can have really serious consequences. So as a tip, as an international student like myself, always and always ask your instructor for help and guidance on what's allowed and what's not. So moving on to the next slide, these are like KPU has really great tools and resources to help you stay on track. The Draft Coach is an add-on on Google Doc and it's free. It can check citation, grammar, originality before you submit it. And you can also find the setup guide in the Academic Integrity website. The library is another fantastic resource that's actually very helpful to me. They offer like citation style guides, research help, and live chats with librarians. I always bug the librarians when I have research reports. Citation is another way of showing gratitude to those whose ideas help us learn. So if ever you need guidance in the future in your studies and you have questions about academic integrity, feel free to reach us at ai.ambassadors@kpu.ca. Remember, academic integrity isn't just about passing your courses. It's about shaping who we become learners and future Canadian professionals if you prefer to stay here in Canada. And by practicing integrity today, we build the trust and confidence that will carry us far beyond our study in KPU. Over to you, Tim.
Thank you, Sheena. And I apologize in advance in case you guys were not able to see Sheena on your screens. I was doing my best on my end, just trying to put you on the screen, but maybe you've seen her. I don't know. It just might be technical glitch on my end. But yes, with live sessions, there are sometimes technical issues. And for me specifically, that feature stopped working for some reason. But it was really important for you to hear from Sheena and hear how important the academic integrity, especially considering we're living in the digital world and there are new rules that we need to follow coming up every day with AI and other things. So very, very important topics. And one thing that I want to mention before I end the sessions for today is that we have mentioned a lot of information, a lot of useful links, resources, contact information that you can reach out to. So it's definitely not possible for anyone to remember any of that. So if you want, you can go to the Q&A where our staff has been actually posting those links and contact information simultaneously as our presenters were speaking about them. And when you actually, if you want to rewatch this session later by using the same link, basically to join the live, the recording will show you an access, will give you an access to the Q&A as well. Isn't it cool? It is pretty cool, I guess. So make sure to take advantage of that, okay? And on this good note, I want to thank you all because I've seen that we have a consistent number of attendees watching us throughout this entire live. I hope it was very, very useful. Again, if some of the things are still unclear for you and you still have questions, we're here for you to support. Just do not hesitate. The sooner you reach out to us, the quicker you have answers to your questions and we'll start helping you, okay? And again, if you don't know where to start, if all of this doesn't make any sense to you, what you can do, the best thing is you can go to our kpu.ca general website /international and then just scroll down. You will see at the very bottom there's a contact, or you can see the link and QR code on your screens. There's a contact form, which is specifically designed for you to choose what kind of topic or questions you have. You can craft the questions to your best needs and send it over to us, and some people on our end will decide who exactly will be the best fit for you to answer your questions. And this is it. That's all. You've done it. So one more session to be checked marked. Next will be your in-person orientation, which is coming up in January. As Alejandra has mentioned, make sure, guys, that you register for one of those sessions because it's mandatory. And if you end up attending series session, which I highly recommend to attend because we are going to run a special in-person international student only info session where you can just talk to us one-on-one and ask us questions, but also connect with the peers and mentors. Again, thank you so much. I can't wait to see for January semester to start and see you guys one day on campus. And for the rest of the year, I wish you happy holidays and make sure that you enjoy your time before your classes begin, and happy upcoming new year, I believe. Again, thank you and have a nice day. All right, can someone end the live for me because all features does not work for me.